Welcome to the first ever MidWeek Conversations with your host, DeShaun. Right now, I am joined by a former collegiate athlete, Mr. Buckeye himself, Jaelon Richardson.
What's going on, guys? Good. I mean, that's me.
That's you.
What's going on? Glad to be here, man. Yeah, got excited when you said you was gonna start this, man.
That's what I'm saying. I think the first episode, or first few are gonna be a little hard, but it's all right. We'll get it going. So you've been playing football, right?
Sir.
How long you been playing that for? I know, but it's for the audience.
It's been a long time. Man. I've been doing this since I was young. I want to say about 12 years, 13 years. Football.
So you're playing when you were six.
I started playing football as soon as I could walk. To be honest, I was born with football.
With football in your hand. But I know you were playing baseball too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I played a little baseball too.
Yeah,
a little Jackie Robinson.
How was that? You was like a tiny out there?
It was. I always had a little tiny, but I could get a quick little bunt, get to base. You know what I'm saying? Play a little outfield,
smack your little thing.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. I definitely played a lot of sports growing up.
Yeah. Okay. And then college, you went to NAU, played football there,
Yeah, I went to college.
What was that like?
To say the least, it was definitely a different experience. A lot of things changed once I left. Being from, Buckeye, I lived here almost kind of basically all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I moved out here from Washington, you already know that probably. Yeah, once I got out here, man, a lot of things changed, and once I got out there, kind of had a lot of too much freedom.
You know what I mean? Right, that little college.
Yeah, I had a little too much freedom.
Yeah. So what was the college life like? Like, were you out there you got all the girls? Because I can only imagine you're an athlete out there, you know what I mean? Do you think that they look at you differently? If you're just a normal I gotta go to fucking biology or something.
Right. I'll tell you this much. The athlete, it's you already got a foot in the door halfway with a new girl. So I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm not even saying that to be mean, but a lot of people don't realize you got a little status. They like to mess with you a little bit. But me personally, I didn't really do too much. I was gonna practice school. I have my little yeah-yeahs here and there, but I was really more kind of just being to myself in my dorm.
Yeah.
Usual, hanging out with my homies.
And I know you were in a frat, you know all day about
so you feel me? Pike Kappa Alpha, shout out to them boys out there.
Pike Kappa Alpha. What was it called?
Oh yeah, shout out to Pike boys. Yeah, I was in the frat for a little bit. That was some cool people. I did it as low key a social experiment because I have my little thoughts about frat people and my homie.
Oh, you seen them in all the movies.
Right, you feel me? I seen them in movies and low key. I had gotten into something a little bit with a frat guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, my homie, my good friend, he was in a frat. So he told me, just try it out.
Yeah. And did you see any hazing? Did you have to, because I know what was it? It was I think it was a movie that I seen or something like that. I knew.
Mm-hmm.
I think what was that nigga? What was his name, bro? It was the black dude.
Which one?
Actor, bro. But he was on TikTok.
From a frat movie?
I think so. I think it was, but I'm not too. King Batch, bro.
King Batch?
I think that was the video that I seen, or movie or whatever. But it was they were in a frat or whatever, and the dude, they were you gotta brush. You gotta the dude sticks the toothbrush up his ass.
Hard.
And then it's you guys gotta brush. I know that probably didn't happen. But what was the craziest thing?
The craziest thing. Pike, we know we rock.
It can happen to you, or you could have seen it.
Right. Yes. Pike. You feel me? We keep it real professional. But I think the craziest thing I've seen was probably just on the day of initiation. You feel me? We had it was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of niggas in there, bro. I was like, bro, there's a lot of people going in here, bro. A lot of dudes. And we was just kind of saying our names. You feel me? Different things about ourselves. And your favorite porn star.
Okay.
And motherfuckers just came porn stars out of nowhere and yelling it.
Letting them fly.
Motherfuckers just started throwing drinks and shit, tackling each other. I was like, what's going on in here? I swear to God. Niggas just started tackling each other because they started saying porn star. Somebody said somebody name. I forget who it was.
And were they getting hyped? Like they're like when
somebody was like, "Oh, that's my favorite."
Yeah,
I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. And they started like jumping around, like high fiving, grabbing each other. I was like,
well, because it's like if you say like an underground porn star that like you feel like only you know, but like someone else is like, dude, I thought I only knew that, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Nah,
you know what I mean? Like if you're over here just like spamming like the usual names, you know what I mean? That's like, all right, like you're kind of like a porn casual or whatever. But like if you're in there and you say a name that like you only feel like you know, bro, you know.
No, they was going crazy in there, but that was probably the craziest thing. It wasn't too much going on. Pack is a good frat, you know. They got a lot of good stuff going on. They focus on, you know, growth and mental health and all that good stuff. So, if you ever go to NAU or any college of effect, go for the Pike Cap out. They're the ones.
Yeah, you heard it first. We'll go to a frat. And then so, what was I know you were young or whatever, but what was your transition from Washington down here to? I guess Arizona. Okay.
You know, a lot of people might not know it, but I moved around from AZ back to Washington, back to AZ a lot. I was born in Washington.
So you were going and going.
Yeah, I was on the move, man. I've lived in a lot of different places. I lived in South Carolina, I lived in North Carolina. I moved to Alabama for a little bit, and I went to go visit my family out there. I moved a lot of places, but mainly Washington and Arizona has been kind of those places that's been home. Yeah. I lived in Washington for a couple of years. I was born and raised out there, moved out here. My family, my mom's family, all of them are out here, so, you know, just kind of like second home.
So what was the transition like? Like, were you like, because how old did you say you were like when you like moved out here?
I want to say I was 13.
13. Okay, so
12.
Okay, so you know what's going on around here. So like, you know what I mean? You probably remember the trips and all.
Oh yeah.
So like, I can only imagine that it's like difficult to leave all your friends behind and all that, and then come and start somewhere new. Because me personally, I probably couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like you're already established, you know everyone there, and then to be like, hey, we're moving to a new fucking state, buddy. Like regardless of how you feel, we're going there, and you got to figure it out. Like what was that experience kind of like? Like because obviously, like you met me, like you met the guys, obviously, like you know what I mean? Like but like what kind of made you? Not made you. It's not the right term. Like what did it feel like? Like what were you going through during that time? What were you thinking?
You know, I was real young when we made the final move out here. At that point, I didn't really fully understand it, you know, the gravity of it, because we originally moved out here because my grandfather was sick. And so my mom kind of wanted to spend those, you know, last kind of moments with him. As much as I could respect that, you know, I definitely still wanted to stay there, obviously. You know, those are like people I grew up with since I was a kid. You know, we shared a lot of moments, all my best friends, all that type of stuff, people I grew up with out there. So definitely was hard to kind of get into that reality of I'm going to leave these people and I may or may not see them again. But, you know, once it happened, I kind of just got comfortable here. You know, I started meeting new people. I met you guys, you know, we've been kicking it forever. So, you know, the transition was hard for the first, you know, bits and pieces of it, but once I finally got here and I was comfortable, you know, it was all good.
But like, I can almost imagine that, like, you get kind of like, I know you were young and like you didn't want to leave them behind or like your friends behind, but like, was there like excitement behind it too? Like, it was like, not that you're starting over or like starting new, but like you're going to a new place and like, or is it kind of like a vacation, like. Cause you know how like when you go on vacation, it's like, all right, like I know I'm not staying here, but like it's cool, like. But then it's like after a week, you're like, oh, I want to go home, bro. Was it kind of like, oh, like it's kind of a vacation, but except you know you gotta stay. So was that like hard?
Oh yeah. You know, like to me personally, like since I was already going back and forth, it was kind of like, you know, we're going, but we'll probably be back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll probably be back here.
Right.
We'll probably go out there and live the 1-2 years again, then we'll move back to Washington. But when we kind of got here and it started settling in,
it's already been 3 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's already been 3 years. Hold on now. You talking about putting me in high school and all types of stuff. I'm talking about, when we going back, you know? So, you know, that's kind of started where I kind of started getting a little homesick because Washington is so beautiful, man. It's such a different place than Arizona, you know? It's hot out here, it's desert, and it has its beauties out here too, but nothing beats, you know.
I can only imagine, dude.
75 degrees in the summer,
bro. Like, everyone says it's depressing because it's like it rains, but like, I guess it's harder or it's easier for me to say because like Arizona.
It's always been like this, you know what I'm saying? No, that was definitely played a part in why me and my mom also left too, because obviously she's the adult, like, you know what I'm saying? She's already kind of,
you gotta go.
You know, she don't got that child wonder no more. She don't care about like all the rain, like all that stuff. She didn't want to be in that no more. You know, and I could understand.
I follow like a little duck.
Right. You know, I would probably be the same way if I was her, you know. But at a certain point, it was like, man, like, I'm ready to go home. Yeah, I'm ready to go see my best friends, my childhood friends, people, you know, I really like grew up with as kids. Yeah. But you know, obviously Arnold pulled up to AZ. Shout out you for me. Shout out Dilworth.
Shout out Arnold.
But you know, no, it's just his last name, Dilworth. Shout out Dilworth.
Shout out Dilworth. Arnold. Yeah.
But yeah, that's like, you know, he was really like my childhood friend. Yeah. Obviously, you guys met, so you know, like all the stories.
It's kind of like a crossover.
Yeah, like, no care.
Like, it's like Arnold, like that's your homie from back in Washington.
Right. Yeah.
Or your homies down here, and like we finally meet. Because we've heard stories, and we were like, oh, Arnold, he's kind of like almost like a fake character at the time, until like I was able to put a face to him. And it's
like an unlockable character type shit.
Shout out Arnold, man.
You feel me? Yeah, because I kept telling them, I was like, yeah, they didn't even believe he was real. You feel me? Like, so that was a good feeling once he finally pulled up, got to hang out with him. So that was probably the best part about, you know, I've been away for a long time, but I need my people out there should rock with me. So that's cool.
Got a good beard on him too, Arnold.
You feel me? You got that little scruff on.
Tristan got like a beard on.
Tristan got that caveman beard. Arnold got that.
Shout out Tristan. Yeah. Oh, all right. Not to. I know you said that you guys moved, or you guys are going back and forth because your grandfather was sick. What was that kind of like? Like, were you like, was it like something like, is he still alive or?
Oh yeah.
He's
Grandpa's still kicking.
Okay, see, so
I want everybody to know that Pops is great. Hey,
okay.
G-Pa is still kicking. I'll tell you that much.
Shout out G-Pa.
Shout out G-Pa, man. Nah, he's still rocking.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. All right, so like, okay, I guess then in those times, like, was it kind of like the unknown of like, oh, like, if he does, because he was living here.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, is it like, all right, like if we come here and he kind of passes on, like, do you think you guys would have been in Washington still, or is it like because you guys were saying that you guys were coming down here visiting him, right? So you guys are already getting a taste of Arizona or whatever. Like, if he passed on, like, God forbid, knock on wood, like, do you think you guys would have stayed in Washington maybe?
Oh yeah. I think we would have stayed just from the due fact of, you know, if my grandpa would have passed, you know, there wouldn't really be a reason to move out here.
Yeah.
You know? It would have been kind of a situation where it's, you know, if we didn't get to spend that time with him, you know.
Yeah.
There would really been no reason to move out here. Unless, you know, my mom wanted to still move out because of the fact that she didn't want to live out there anymore. Right. I definitely do think I would have stayed out there. You know, my brother graduated high school, elementary, all of that way out there. My sister did the same. So I think my mom would have wanted to keep kind of that tradition.
Kind of have you still go out there and follow their footsteps.
Right, like go to the same high school, play, you know. So I think we would have stayed. But, and again, I feel like in the end it all worked out moving out here. For sure. So I can't really say I regret it. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's good, man. That's good. So going back to football, I know you said you started young or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, who was kind of the one that like got you into it, or like was it like you were just watching TV one day and football just came on and you're like, dude, I want to fucking do that.
Oh yeah. Getting into football, it feels like at this point I've kind of always been around football. Right. Like I couldn't tell you a specific time I really went oh, like I want to play that, but I can tell you much that my family is very much athletes, right? And so I kind of grew up in that athlete culture, and watching different sports, watching my brother play, my sister play, watching my mom's old tapes of track, kind of made me go, I want to play sport.
Right.
And so when I was younger, I loved running, I loved catching, I loved doing everything. And I started getting the love of football.
Mm-hmm.
And then once my stepdad came in the picture, he kind of made me grow love for it more because he was a really big fan. He's a really big fan of football. So once he came into the picture, shout out Les, rest in peace. But he got me. I would say if there was something that got me into football, it was definitely him. For the love of the game, real love for the game, not just I like it. I want to play it. Real love for the game. I'll probably say that began when he kind of came into the picture.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, and I mean, it's always good when you kind of have that motivation. You don't have to find it on your own. Like, I almost feel like it's like that person, whoever gets you into it, is kind of instilling their own motivation or their own fire into you. You know what I mean? So it kind of makes a light bulb go off in your head. Hey, all right, I'm gonna do this. Not just because of them, but because I like it too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, he got me into it. He trained. Honestly, he taught me everything I know. You know what I'm saying? He was a Samoan dude. You know how much they love football, they contact sports. So
they rock body.
Man. At a young age, man, I was out there getting hit by 280 pounds damn near straight, man. So that's what kind of also got me into loving the game, because as small I was, told me, man, as long as you got speed, you'll be all right. So and I got to learn the love of hitting. I love hitting. I ain't gonna lie, I love hitting with pads on, but it got me in the love of hitting, of contact, of physicality, all that. So man, he definitely was the blueprint in all this. So shout out to him.
Samoans got a little CTE. They just running right through them, you know what I mean? Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, I know we were talking about Les and all that, how he's a big part in your life, and he got you into football. I mean, God rest his soul. What was that moment when he passed? What was that kind of how did that kind of make you feel, in a sense of you're losing almost not your whole support system, but the man,
right?
Kind of just the man, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was tough. Obviously, nobody losing somebody that they really care about a lot is easy. It did take a little toll. He passed away when I was just going into high school that summer. July 4th, but it played a big part in who I am now, though, and how much I worked hard and had love for the game of football. Because it almost felt like that was my connection still to him. He helped me grow a bigger love for something that I loved. He taught me everything I knew, and then when he was gone, it felt like he had left me until I picked up that ball again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was hard, but you got to deal with it at some point. You got to be able to build from it and be able to learn and grow at the end of the day.
And it's almost like obviously no one wants to lose a parent or someone close to them like that. I've never went through it. I hope I don't go through it anytime soon. But it's almost like how you said when you picked up that ball, you kind of felt connected to him still. It's things like that are able to motivate you in a way that maybe nothing else could ever. You know what I mean? Maybe if he was still here, but I feel like there's just a deeper level to knowing that his spirit could be inside that ball, you know what I mean? And you feel it when you're playing.
As a wide receiver, man, there's a lot that you got to do, and when it comes to me, every time I see that ball go up, man, it just makes me want to grab it, because it's like I'm grabbing him back. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of stuff that I feel a lot of people didn't know about me growing up in high school and what I was having to deal with, but it was never an excuse, but it also was definitely something that was on my mind a lot. And I'm just grateful that I got the time to spend with him that I did, and I'm grateful that he got to be able to teach me the stuff that he did. So, it was it was good, you know, good while it lasted. They always say beautiful things, art can never last, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's right. So going back to your high school days, like when did you when did you know that like I'm the guy? Like because we all seen it. Like I feel like not to like, be on your
yeah,
meat or anything, but
no,
like
yeah.
when did you know like all right, this is my team now because we all kind of seen it like that. Like you know what I mean? You had the big Samoan running back, yeah,
Right.
like and the quarterback, but like
Shout out Billy, shout out Tyler, man.
hey, shout out. But like we know who kind of ran the team. Like who was, it's fucking 4th and 25 with 5 seconds left in the fourth to go to the fucking championship. They know who they're throwing it to, double team, triple teamed or not. Like when did you know that you're like, all right, it's this is my team?
Oh man, that's a hard one. Cause I ain't gonna lie. First, everybody knows I didn't really originally go to Buckeye. I started at Yonkers my freshman year.
Oh, Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
Shout out. Shout out.
Rough Riders. But, yeah, once I had kind of like transferred and everything, and I got into getting over there, seeing how everything kind of worked, seeing how, the system was going to go. At some point, as a man, you got to be able to be like, all right, well, I'm here for a reason. I got an objective. I'm not here to play.
Right.
So you kind of get into that mindset of where you go, well, okay, if I'm here, I'm going to do some work. So you start fighting your battles. You want those first reps. You want the coach talking to you. You want the coach giving you advice. Those are all signs the coach is watching.
Yeah.
And so my sophomore year, I had to wait out the half the season, obviously, because I transferred. But once I came back, the moment that I had a chance to make myself seen, make myself known, like, hey, I'm here to play,
right?
I did that. You know what I'm saying? No joke. I scored the first touchdown I ever touched the ball at Buckeye. Scored the first touchdown I ever touched the ball at Buckeye. It's because you got to think, I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to play football. I loved football my whole life. So when you get in there, you got to want it. And so going on from there, my junior year, all the seniors left. I'm the next up and coming wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? They're telling me all this stuff. You're gonna be coming in. You're gonna play a big part. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. Obviously, I have a little attitude problem. Coaches always talk to me about that. If we was losing, I might get to saying some things that I shouldn't be saying. Right. But after that junior year, or going into that junior year, it's kind of when I was like, you know what? It's gonna be my team, and everybody gonna see like.
You kind of just
really here.
You kind of just put everyone on your back, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. And so, were you after your half the season sit was over, like, and you were able to play, like, were you a starter automatically, or like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were. Okay.
At that point, my sophomore year, it was a lot of good talent on that team. I can say that honestly. There was a lot of good talent on that team. There was a lot of good people.
Yeah.
Like for instance, there was way better receivers to me at that point. Like Jaheim, Justin. We had a big running back, Zeke. We had good players out there, but once you start really seeing how it works and you get to competing with those guys and on different levels from it all plays itself out. It all comes into correlation when you get in the game. When you're playing somebody that might be a little better than you, or it might be worse than you. So it all plays out. So that's kind of the cool thing about that. But yeah, man, junior year was kind of the year where I just kind of put my foot on the pedal, and it was like, it's up from here now. We got college we focusing on. We got bigger things, so we got to start showing up.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and like going from a sophomore, I mean, you're fighting against juniors and seniors who almost are like grown men. I mean, Buckeye had like some big dudes on the team, like receivers, running backs, and quarterback, all that. How were you able to? Because I know you said like junior year you came in and it was kind of like, all right, this is my team now because those guys left. But like in your sophomore season, like were they like? Did you see them as like a threat? Did you see them as like, all right, I might be backseating you guys, or were you like, I'm gonna fucking take your spot, dude? Like,
I can't lie. When I went into Buckeye, I went in with the mindset that I'm taking your guys' spot off rip.
Yeah.
Like, I know in myself, I've been doing this for years. Like, at this point in my life, football is kind of secondhand. Like, I could wake up and catch a ball off the rip, off sleep. Like, at that point, I'm coming to take your job.
Yeah.
I want your job just as bad as you want your job, if not more. And so, once we got to that point and getting the Buckeye, seeing the competition and, you know, seeing, like, there's guys like me out here. So, you feel me? It's not going to be no easy stuff.
Right.
But, you know, getting into it and seeing them as kind of a big brother also did help a lot. You know, they showed me love. Like, you know what I'm saying? They showed me a hell of love. Like, I can't lie. Them guys showed me love. They took me under their wing, you know what I'm saying? They definitely helped me get more comfortable with wanting to be better and take the spots and be able to take over that position and do it right and justice and not, you know, squander, you know, the Buckeye name. So it definitely helped a big part of me by looking at them as kind of teachers and, you know, a guide to what I got to do to be to where I want to be in this program and how to stick with it. So
that's fair. I mean, yeah. Let me see. Let me open my book. I'm running out of topics. Let's see. All right. I mean, I got one more question for you. I don't want to run this too long. You know, have you here too long? You know, we live together.
I was like, nah, it's good, man. You know, I'll go back downstairs.
Yeah. So what advice would you give 7-year-old you if you knew the knowledge you know now?
Oh, what advice I would give 7-year-old me? Man, that's a good question.
And it could be anything. Like, it doesn't have to just be football related. It could be anything about life, like anything you went through, anything.
If I could give 7-year-old me advice, I would probably just tell him, you know, keep going, focus on school. You know, that was another thing that played a big part in a lot of decisions that I made after high school. But, you know, focus on school, focus on, you know, work, keep working, keep focusing on your craft, your goal. And you'll be all right, man. You'll be all right.
It's almost like you just want to, like, look at 7-year-old you in the face, shake them, be like, don't follow me, or like, do as I do, you know?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, right. Like, I think 7-year-old me would look at me like, you know what, you cool. Like, a lot of things, like, you might have not been, you know, in the NFL, obviously, but, you know, it was cool. Like, you did what you had to do. You made your goal. You got to where you were planning to get to your whole life.
Right.
And so don't take that for granted and just keep working at whatever you want to do with your craft.
And so, okay, like, I don't want to run it too long, but like, would you tell him to change up different things, or would you tell him just keep straight and narrow? Like, or just follow my lead and we're, you know what I mean? Like, we'll end up back here.
I would tell him, you know, stay, maybe not hang with certain people, kick it with certain people, do things that certain people do.
You talking about me?
Nah, but like, you know, I probably tell them that, you know, keep your distance with certain people, but, you know, things of that nature, you know, keep being you, but make a little bit different decisions that I made in certain things, like, you know, working with certain women or, you know, doing things, giving people chances, or whether it be, you know, a lot of things, you know, give them a little mini advice, but I don't think I would change too much about my life. You know, I'm content. Not content, but, you know, I'd have no regrets. You know, every decision I made on my own. So,
amen.
I can't be mad at that.
Amen. Yeah. I mean, well, that's all I got. I mean, you know, it was good talking with you. You know, I'll see you here.
Yeah. No, I'll see you downstairs in the kitchen.
30 seconds, you know what I mean? Hey, good first episode.
Yes, sir.
Hey, learn more about you.
Hey, tune in to the next episode, man.
Tune in to the next episode. We might have him again. We might have a different guest. We might just have me. Who knows? We'll see. But, all right. Till next time, guys. Ooh.